Salutations fam, this is Dark Stream from Haltessiagaming, and in today's video I've got a deck profile. This is going to be my second place deck profile from the new format, post-ban list. I played Branded Blue Eyes at an event. I got second place. My only loss was to MathMech. Unfortunately, I just didn't draw very well game 2. Game 1, I definitely got mollywopped. Yeah, that hand loop setup's pretty strong. But game 2, I did a lot better game 2, but it's just, I couldn't really draw well. But the rest of the event went really, really well. I played against Tier, Sprite, and yeah, I played against, it was Melfi Sprite, and then Danger Tier. Those were the other matchups that I played against. Every match was 2-0. Every match was 2-0, even the one that I lost against MathMech. But I got second place with this deck. I really enjoyed it. I was very excited to play this deck again because, like I said, if you follow the community tab, you know that I talked about how I may have figured out one of the weaknesses of the deck and like how to fix it, and that like the deck loses the Mystic Mine. And it's a tech option that I'm playing. I'll talk about it more when we actually show it in the deck profile. But without further ado, I'm going to hop right into the deck profile. To start things off, I've got one copy of the vanilla, one copy of Blue Eyes White Dragon. So the reason why I only play one is because, well, you don't really want to draw it. And having Jet Dragon just kind of like removes the need for multiple copies of the vanilla. If you have Blue Eyes White Dragon in rotation already, I don't see why you wouldn't just summon Jet Dragon, because Jet Dragon is just a significantly better card to summon. And the thing is, like, once you have this in rotation, you can just keep summoning it over and over again. So it's not really a problem to, like, keep it in rotation. You shuffle it back with Ultimate Fusion. So it's just, I'd rather just have, like, a copy of the one that doesn't actually do anything by itself. And then the Jet Dragon, you play 2 of that. I was playing 1 of it, but it's just I really wanted to try out 2 because, like, I really like having a second Jet Dragon. And ultimately, it didn't really feel bad at all. I definitely enjoyed having the second Jet Dragon. It was never actually a problem. So that's the ratio I'm playing right now. 3 Blue Eyes Monsters, 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon, 2 Blue Eyes Jet Dragon. Onto the stones. I'm playing similar ratios. I'm playing 2 copies of Stone of Ancients and 1 copy of Stone of Legend. Yeah, you play the Stone of Legend because sometimes you don't have a good discard, and sending this gives you the discard and also gives you access to the vanilla. Helps you get that in rotation. Obviously, Stone of Ancients summons Blue Eyes Monsters from the deck. And, the recycle effect is very, very relevant. That comes up a lot more than you would think. But yeah, that's it for the monster Blue Eyes cards. I'm going to continue. 2 copies of Ecclesia. Nadir's at 3. So that's one of the things that I was really excited for with this deck, because it really is such a huge boost to the deck to have 3 Nadir. Being able to just have that extra ability to, like, Nadir send your stuff so you can get access to your Blue Eyes engine is really good. 1 copy of Fleur-de-Lis. That's it for the Dogmatica monsters. And then we've got our branded stuff. We got Aluber, the Jester of Destia. I'm only playing 2. I'll explain more of it when we get to the spell, and then we play the 1 copy of Fallen of Albaz. So one common misconception that I see a lot of people have when they are building this deck, or like playing it as well, is they misconceptualize how the deck is supposed to function, how it's supposed to be played. You are not playing Branded Despia with Blue Eyes cards in it. You are playing the Blue Eyes Fusion Control deck with the Branded Fusion engine in it. If you go back and look into, like, the deck list that was going around when, like, Battle of Chaos first dropped, that Fusion Control Blue Eyes list, like, Branded Blue Eyes is best played as that Fusion Control list, with your Dragon Shrines and your Dragon Ravines being replaced with the Branded Fusion engine, because it serves the same purpose of getting you access to your Blue Eyes engine, but the difference is that you don't have to play as many bricks. You don't have to play as many bricks, and Branded Fusion is just much more powerful than resolving, like, a Dragon Ravine, for example. And the branded starters, comparatively to, like, Dragon Ravine and, like, the other stuff, it trades better into hand traps. So, like, if Dragon Ravine gets ashed, I lose the discard and I also don't get my stone. But if, like, Branded Fusion gets Ash, it's just a 1-for-1 trade. So that's like the conceptual idea behind it. But that's going to be it for the monsters. On to the spells. 2 copies of Pot of Prosperity. You know, we got some of these back. We still need to pick up a third one, but, you know, 2 wasn't bad, you know? It wasn't bad. 2 copies of Pot of Prosperity. 3 copies of Branded Fusion. 2 copies of Branded Opening. And 1 copy of Despia, Theater of the Branded. This is just a really, really good fusion engine. If you're trying to fusion summon, it's just really effective at it. I'll come back to these cards, but that's it for the branded stuff for now. 3 copies of Nadir, newly unlimited. Very happy to have 3 of this. One of the best cards in the deck. 3 copies of Super Polymerization. This card's crazy. It's so good. Doesn't really need much to be saying about Super Poly. Can't respond, and I get to break boards very easily. The one I've called by the grave because it's called by. We want to just play the broken one-ofs. Speaking of broken one-ofs, 1 copy of Dragon Shrine, 1 copy of Fusion Deployment. These are just extra starters that you play. Well, those pseudo starters. You play, I think, like 12 starters in the deck, and then along with pseudo starters, I think you have like I think like 4 or 6 pseudo starters. I can count later, but Dragon Shrine and Fusion Deployment, just stuff to help you play through hand traps and whatnot, help you get access to your engine so you don't just lose to an Ash Blossom. And that is one of the things I will say is like a core difference between like this deck and like Branded Despia, is that you don't really care about Astral Branded Fusion as much because, you know, you have like other ways to access your engine. 1 copy of Ultimate Fusion. You set this off of True Light. And then this is the tech, the spice, the thing that I found that I figured out addresses the weakness of mine. 1 copy of Strength and Unity. So this card came out 2 years ago in the 2020 Megatins. I read this card and was like, yeah, this kind of sucks. I threw it in my bulk and I forgot about it. And like, well, let's be real, most of us forgot about this card. I don't know what made me remember this card, but I realized that this is an optimistic mind. Because, so the way this card works, if you fusion summon using Blue Eyes White Dragon, you get to target a card on your opponent's field or in their graveyard, that's actually relevant too, and you just banish it, right? It does not care how the fusion summon happens. So if you're locked under mine and you draw Branded Fusion, you can Branded Fusion, send Blue Eyes from deck to grave, summon like Titaniclad or Albion, and then this will trigger and banish the mine. This makes your fusion summons a lot more powerful, but then also like the second effect actually did come up today. So the second effect is that you can send this to grave to like add back you know, Blue Eyes White Dragon from grave to hand. That actually came up, you know. So actually you can add it to hand or shuffle it into the deck, but you know, I added it to hand. But the second effect actually came up that also won me a game. Like both, like this card won me a lot of games today. Funnily enough, I don't think I ever actually set it off True Light. I just kept drawing the card, which is really annoying because ideally you do want to set it off True Light. But that's it for these spells. On to the trap cards. 3 copies of True Light. I kept talking about it. This card is very, very strong. It's just, you set engine from the deck. This basically is why Blue Eyes is just Dragon Eldritch. You get True Light. It's basically gives you that continuous engine. Keep making Blue Eyes come back over and over again. A lot of people hyper focus on the fact that like if this gets destroyed, it like nukes your board, but it's like, okay, Jet Dragon comes back. Like you don't really care if your stuff gets sent to grave because it comes back. You just keep looping it. And obviously if you have Tyrant Dragon on board, you actually don't care because it's unaffected by the True Light. So like the ideal setup with this, you go True Light, you set Ultimate Fusion, right? You set Ultimate Fusion, and then on your turn, you set the Strength and Unity because you can just activate the Strength and Unity. If you set Ultimate Fusion on your turn, you have to wait a turn because it's a quick play spell. But if you set Strength and Unity, you can just activate it. Let's continue. 3 copies of Skill Drain. I did not see this a single time today. Well, we know Skill Drain's good. I just didn't see it today. Then we have 2 copies of Dogmatica Punishment. I like paying 2 punishment. This is a pseudo starter. You get you get to send your extra deck monsters and they search your engine. And you know the pop effect is very, very good. And then the last card in the deck is 1 copy of Solemn Judgment. I was at 39 cards. I didn't feel like I needed more starters. I didn't feel like I needed more engines. So I was just like, you know, I just wanted like a random power card. So I'm just playing the 1 Judgment in the main. That's it for the main. On to the extra deck. We have the boss monster. We have Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon. Just play one. Very, very strong card. Resetting your traps is really strong. Resetting Dogmatic Punishment. Resetting Judgment. Pretty strong. Oh, Judgment is another card I didn't see at all. I didn't really see anything that was non-engine today, which was kind of interesting. That doesn't usually... Well, actually, that's not true. I definitely saw Super Poly, like, every single game. Mirror Jade. So, yeah, one Mirror Jade, one Lubellion, one Titaniclad, two Albion, one Albalanatus. So, Mirror Jade, I like to send Titaniclad if I don't have Dogmatica Engine. If I don't have Blue Eyes Engine, I send Albalanatus to search Fusion deployment. That's one of the reasons why the Branded Fusion Engine is so good in the Blue Eyes control deck, is that, like, Mirror Jade just gives you Blue Eyes, so that's pretty cool. And then one more, I'm playing the one Despy and Quiritus. Sometimes in testing, it didn't come up at all today, but in testing, sometimes you have a hand where you have, like, the Despia Fusion, the field spell, and you have, like, you just need to Fusion Summon something, and so, like, to be able to Special Ecclesia. So being able to Fusion Summon into Quiritus does come up like, it came up in testing, but it just didn't come up today. Continuing, we have Super Poly targets. We have Starving Venom, Mud Dragon, and double copies of Garura, Wings of Resonant Life. I play two Garura because I want to have this as a Super Poly target, but also really like being able to send it off Nadir to get that draw. Yeah. Like I said, I saw Super Poly like every game today. It's pretty broken card. One copy of Entis, one copy of Omega. That's the reason why I can get away with playing like so many one-ofs. It's if I really need to like recycle something, I can just send Omega and just shuffle it back. And then lastly, I'm playing one copy of Almirage. So I decided to play Almirage over Link Karibo because sometimes you're in a situation where your play is just like Stone Pass. So instead of Link summoning into Link Karibo and summoning Jet Dragon, I Link summon an Almirage and summon Jet Dragon. Because the benefit of Link Karibo is that you can use it multiple times to link off multiple stones effectively. Because, like, if you see another stone, like, later on and you still don't have Engine for some reason, you can, like, normal summon the stone and then use Link Karibo and Grave to, like, tribute the stone and trigger it that way. Almirage you can only use once, but, like, it makes that turn one board of, like, Jet Dragon Pass a little bit stronger. Because, obviously, like, you know, like, Jet Dragon only protects the rest of your stuff, but if you link summon to Almirage, you get to go Almirage effect, target your Jet Dragon, so the Jet Dragon also can't be destroyed by card effects, so, like, that makes it a little bit better. So you just don't, like, die to Access Code, which is what happened to me playing against Mathmex. Update Gemmer Access Code, too strong, my man, too strong. That's it for the extra deck. On to the side deck. You know who it is. It's the boy. It's Pank. It's Dino Wrestler Pankratops. Yeah, this card, if I can play it, I'm going to play it. It's just too good of a card. 3 copies of Ultimate Slayer. This card's very good. It's, like, there's not much to say about it. It's just very, very good. Especially with, like, me playing, like, an extra deck where I'm, like, half my stuff wants to get set to the grave. Like, the fact that Tyr is, like, one of the best decks. Being able to go Ultimate Slayer, target, you know, one of their fusion monsters, send Garura, shuffle it back, draw a card, or send Entis and pop another card. Like, it's just so good. 3 copies of Forbidden Droplet. I was originally playing D-Barrier, but I just wanted something with more versatility, something that I can decide in going first or going second. And yeah, Droplet fulfills that role. In one of my matches, I, like, you know, went first. I saw this, I said it, and well... it was against Mathmech, actually. He normal summoned the Diameter, summoned back the, what did you summon? I can't remember what it was. No, he normal Diameter, targeted something else with, Circular on board, and then, you know, he triggered Diameter, triggered Circular, and then I Droplet and, like, negated both of them, so that was, and that basically, like, you know, ended his turn, but I couldn't see follow-up, and so I ended up losing overall. But 3 copies of Cosmic Cyclone. We do not want to lose to Mystic Mine. I hate losing the Mystic Mine, so yeah, 3 Cosmic, 1 Duster. Yeah. We want to out Mystic Mine. 1 copy of Change of Heart. I like playing broken one-ofs because, you know, we like to sack people. 1 copy of Appointer of the Red Lotus. It's at 1 now. And also... I was decided to play the third judgment in the main. So I was just like, okay, I have one card slot left. What am I going to play? So I decided to play like the one pointer. Like I said, I didn't see like any back row. It was crazy. I didn't see like any of my like power traps, which was a little bit sad. I didn't play it this event, but I do want to talk about it. So I want to side a copy of Totally Awesome instead of like the random appointer as an Ultimate Slayer target to side in against like Xyz decks because this is a continually recurring Ultimate Slayer target. So you don't have to have like a bunch of Xyz. Like let's say, I don't know, let's say for some reason you're playing against like Zoo, I don't know, like Zoo, Lyrillus, whatever. Like let's say I have a bunch of Xyz monsters. Ultimate Slayer, send Toad, Toad effect, put back Toad. Ultimate Slayer, send Toad, Toad effect, put back Toad. Ultimate Slayer, send Toad, Toad effect, put back Toad. You know, that's like the idea. That's why I wanted to play Toad. But I didn't own Toad at the time of the event, so I picked one up. Come back. There we go. But yeah, that's going to be it for the deck profile. You know, we got to talk about the side patterns and all that good stuff. So, let's go ahead and I'm gonna do side patterns first. So, stuff I side. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So these are the cards that are, you know, my non-engine cards that I typically will side. Sometimes if I like really need to see like going second stuff or like it's really heavy for a matchup, I might side out some engine cards. Like I might side out some pseudo starters, but for the most part, these are typically what are going to be sided. The Super Poly is the Called By, the Skill Drains, and the One Judgment. That is 8 cards. So against here, right? I'm going second. Typically, I'm not going to keep in like the Judgment. Probably side out the Skill Drains. I want to keep in the Called By the Grave because, you know, those like grave effects and things like that. So you have like Change of Heart, Pankratops, Ultimate Slayer, Droplet, right? So these are cards I might consider siding. So let's just hypothetical. I'm going second against here, right? Probably these 5 come out. Well, actually, yeah, because I got that stupid whatchamajigam. Because we definitely want Pank in there in case they just like drop a spell canceller on us. This is staying in the deck. I'm going second, so probably one of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, yeah. And the field spell. So going second, this is probably what's coming out. Maybe Strength and Unity, depending on like how I'm feeling. But like these are the cards I probably want to bring in against here going second. Yeah. What else? Yeah, that pretty much covers that. Against Sprite, I'm gonna be real. I'm not too familiar with like what Sprite's doing right now. So I'm not really siding. I didn't really side in Ultimate Slayer. I did side in the Droplets. So I think it was just these 4 for Skill Drains and Judgment. Just Droplet, Pankratops, and like that's it. Because they don't really end on like Toad anymore. You have the Change of Heart. Obviously, Super Poly stays in as well. Against Math Mech, I actually side out Super Poly because like it doesn't really do anything. The Droplet, the Pankratops comes in, and the Change of Heart comes in because I want to be able to force out their negate so that my engine can resolve. Obviously against back row you side in the Cosmics and the Duster. But like for the most part, like your engine does pretty well, and like Strength and Unity kind of deals with back row matchups pretty well as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Whoa, hold up. I'm bad at counting. That is everything from my side. Okay. Alright, so we're going to do 1 test hand. And that'll be in this deck profile. I always say, like, I'll do 1 test hand. I always end up doing, like, 4. That's just how it is. I'm not sure if I said it, but, like, I would cut the 1 a pointer for the toad in my side. I can't remember if I said it or not. Alrighty, so let's just just dropping stuff, man. Go ahead and give it a nice little shuffle. And watch, I'm gonna draw Strength and Unity. I say I was drawing it all day, but I only drew it twice. But and funnily enough, both times I drew it, it did win me the game. Because against the tier player, I drew it when I had like the field spell. And because I had the field spell, I was able to like fusion summon and like banish the Kit Kalos, so the Kit Kalos didn't trigger. Not the Kit Kalos, the Kaleido Heart. You know, the one that can't be like uses fusion material. I was able to banish it, and because they usually only play one, that like basically got rid of it. And then like I actually used both effects because I used the recycle effect too to add back the blue eyes after I fusioned it off, and I was able to use the discard file, and it was just like crazy. And I think the other time I outed like a back row that like would have stopped my OTK. It's pretty good. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What we got? Branded Fusion, Ecclesia, Nadir, Aluber, Scope. Where were these hands, dog? Where were these hands? Oh my goodness. This hand's crazy. Aluber effect. Add Despia, Theater of the Branded. Right. So if they imperm that, obviously you Branded Fusion, we're good. Branded Fusion. If they ash this, cool. We have Nadir Ecclesia. We have. So actually, this would be a scenario where like it would come up. So you would, let's say they ash that. You go Theater, fuse these two off. You summon Quertus. Then you Nadir, send Garura, search another Ecclesia, draw a card, and then you know, you get special. Actually, I might do that play anyway. I might do that play anyway. Okay. I don't want to discard any of that, so Albaz and Stone of Legend. I'll summon Albion. Albion effect and Stone of Legend effect. Get ourselves our Blue Eyes White Dragon. Gonna fusion off these two for Lubellion. Lubellion, I'll pitch the Blue Eyes, and then I'll shuffle these two back for the Mirror Jade. So the Mirror Jade. Then we'll go ahead and Theater, fuse these two off for Quertus. We're just getting insulation, make ourselves a nice big old board. Then we're going to go ahead and Nadir. Going to Garura. Search. Also you can add back the Ecclesia from grave too, but we're going to add the one from deck because we don't want to draw Ecclesia. That actually happened today. I drew Ecclesia off of a Garura draw after I Nadired for Ecclesia, and I was just like, that sucks. Alright, so we're going to search Ecclesia, Garura effect, we're going to draw. And we draw Super Poly. We're insane. Wait, I lied. We don't have a discard. Ecclesia effect is special. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to pick up... Oh, I mean, we just save it for the board breaking for the follow-up turn. Where's Punishment? Punishment. Search Punishment. And then we'll go ahead and Set 2, keep the Super Poly in hand for follow-up turn, and this board seems pretty good to me. We got Punishment, Skill Drain, Quiritus, Mirror Jade, and we have the Blue Eyes in rotation, actually. That's pretty good. That's pretty relevant, actually. Yeah. And we have Super Poly 2 for the follow-up turn. But, that was test hand number 1. 25 minutes. Ooh. All right, we'll do one more. One more. Just one more. Just one more. Just one more. Just one more. Is there an extra deck monster in my deck? Okay, it doesn't look like it. Now watch this. I'm gonna draw like Mirror Jade. All right. What we got? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Brand Fusion, Strengthen Unit. I told you I was. Ugh! This hand's. Ugh! This hand's bad. Oh my gosh, this hand's terrible. Never mind, this hand's good. Now if they ash us, oh boy, we're crying. We're absolutely crying if they ash us. Ugh! This hand's so bad. This hand is so bad. Ash. Oh no! This is a hand where you're like, I hope Skill Drain carries me. I'm actually kind of curious something. That's really funny. So I wanted to see if this cares whose Blue Eyes White Dragon you use. So if you're playing against someone and they have a Blue Eyes White Dragon and you Super Poly their Blue Eyes White Dragon, you can trigger Strength and Unity. That's really funny. Alrighty. Yeah, there's not really much nuance to this hand. You just Branded Fusion, do the Branded Fusion play, and set Skill Drain, and that's like literally it. What we top decking. It's funny because Mirror Jade actually does carry you very, very far. Because it gets you follow-up. Because you get to send Albalon out of Search Fusion deployment. It really just depends on if like the Skill Drain is enough to stop them. And to be fair, it usually is. I'll do one more. I'll do one more. If we didn't have Skill Drain, the hand would have been like, oh, we just lost the game. But Skill Drain might actually be able to win the game by itself. Because we have a big Bungus plus Skill Drain. And honestly, that's pretty good against a lot of meta decks. All right, what we got? We got a Fusion Deployment. That's Blue Eyes. Skill Drain. We win the game. Blue Eyes White Dragon plus Skill Drain. Unbeatable. Branded Fusion. Ooh, we have Blue Eyes White Dragon. Jet Dragon plus Skill Drain. Called by the Grave. Okay, they can't ash us. And you know what? This is fine. You want to know why it's fine? Because Fusion Deployment can summon from hand. So actually, what we do, right, is we go Fusion Deployment to bait out the ash. Oh, you ashed us? Cool. Cool. You ashed us? Branded Fusion. Gonna go ahead and send Stone of Ancients and an Albaz, because we have the Blue Eyes in hand. Summon Albion. Albion, banish, Albaz, and Albion. Summon Lebellion. Pitch the Blue Eyes. Shuffle back Albaz and Lebellion for Mirror Jade. Set Skill Drain, called by, end phase, Stone of Ancients, effect to special summon, summon Jet Dragon. Skill Drain plus Big Bunguses is very, very strong. All right, that's going to be it. We're going to go ahead and stop here, because otherwise it's going to end up being a 45-minute video. This has been Darkslayer Arim from Haltessiagaming. Thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Please go drink some water. Come on, button. This button always be giving me problems.